Hello, DGens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes, LIV Golf Miami best bets, locks, and predictions. I, of course, am the Brofict one, AJ, the LIV Golf expert, here to let you know what's happening. LIV Golf Miami this weekend. What can I say? This is what we've all been waiting for. Honest to God, the fact that LIV made it through a full season, and here we are at the season finale, I think is a whole accomplishment on its own. So I would like to shout out LIV for going through all the bullshit that continues to happen between them and the PGA and being able to make it through an entire season. So hey, let's go ahead. Let's give them an applause real quick. Shout out and congratulations. LIV Golf Miami will take place at Trump National Doral Golf Club. It's a beautiful par 72 with a purse worth $50 million. A purse that we are used to seeing here on the LIV Tour now. And let me tell you, all the boys on all the teams are ready to fight and scratch for this title. Now, I will say, and I want to be completely honest with you D-Gens out there, when I started handicapping this, I didn't realize how difficult this was going to be. But going over the LIV Golf Finals rules, the big one being, you got your first eight. You got your first eight, your first four matchups on Friday, and then only God knows what's going to happen Saturday and Sunday. You have no idea which teams are going to be in, which teams will be out. And I want to say, shout out to LIV for making the team event as exciting as possible. You really have no idea who's going to be playing day two. You have sure as hell have no idea who's going to be playing day three. And so that creates a whole other challenge for itself. You got to account for underdogs, account for people having bad weekends, good weekends, and out of this mind weekends. At the end of the day, it is still golf, but unlike the Ryder Cup or any other cup event like that, when you have single elimination style tournament, there is a lot that can happen and a lot that can go wrong. So I tried to do my best to get around it, and let me tell you, I feel really good about my picks. Now, some of them are a little chalky, but hey, it is what it is. So let's start with day one. I have not been able to find lines on day one because I don't think the sports books really understand how to post these lines. I really don't. I mean, you get matchups on DraftKings, but it's just individuals versus individuals, and I mean, that's typical golf betting, but I want team versus team. Which team's going to win? Give me a team money line. Give me a spread on how many points they're going to win by. Give me a spread on the total. I mean, give it all to me, but hey, I'll be patient with that because, like I said, this is LIV Golf's first year. The sportsbooks really had to adapt to their style of golf and how they play, even though it's not that different. OWGR, please give us points. Anyway, the matchup starting on day one. You got the Smash going up against the Niblets, the Torque going up against the Cleeks, the High Flyers going against the Punch, and the Majestics going up against the Ironheads. I do want to shout out LIV for this because I watched a little bit of the team captain's press conference when they were picking out who they were going to play and everything. And it was awesome. It was awesome. The trash talk, the competitiveness, it was all there. The line of the night, though, had to go to Mickelson, when he had a little exchange with Brooks. And Brooks said, hey, I don't want to fade, blah, blah, blah. And Mickelson said, hey, that's a nice green shirt. You got a green jacket, though? Woo! Mickelson coming out shooting, and I hope he does this weekend, too, because I have his team, the High Flyers, beating out the Punch, no problem. I got the Smash, Brooks Koepka, the captain there, beating out Harold Varner III and the Niblets in the first round. I also have the Torque with Joaquin Niemann as captain going up against the Cleeks, beating them with Martin Kamer as their captain. And, of course, I have Ian Poulter and the Majestics coming out against the Ironheads. Like I said, a lot of chalk on day one, but when it comes down to it, the teams are just better. They all around, they are just better. And in these team events, you can't have one person carry. Remember, let's say one of these singles has a bad matchup, all right? It happens. Then you're just down a point. And then you can rely on your other three teammates to pull through for you. And you can be the Pat Perez of your team. And hey, Pat Perez has made a lot of money being the Pat Perez of his team, so shout out to him, honest to God. But let's move on. I got my outrights. I got 3 picks for the outrights, and I don't feel bad about them. I sure as hell don't feel good about them, but I feel not bad about them, all right? Number 3, my third pick, the number 3 team I think that can win this tournament outright would be the Majestics. I love the Majestics at plus 2,000 to win the whole thing. Ian Poulter, Lee Westfield, and then a foursome of Sam Horsfield and Hendrik Stenson. I'm so sorry. Are you fucking kidding me? That is a stacked lineup with golfers who are all trending in the right direction. I love the Majestics, plus 2,000. Love that pick. Freaking love that pick. And then, number two, my number two pick. You got to give me the smash. All right, brother, you got to give me the smash at plus 800. Koepkas have been on a roll, and as long as the brothers can keep the boys afloat, I think they'll do fine. Not to mention Peter Uihlein having not a bad LIV Golf season. Would have liked to see him maybe top 10 a little bit more, but he sure as hell didn't have a bad season. Give me the smash. Like I said, plus the 800. And I told you this episode was going to be filled with a bunch of chalk picks, and that's why my number one to win the whole thing is the four aces led by DJ at plus 175. I'm sorry. I hate taking, especially in golf, I hate taking a number that low. But when you got a team that's Dustin Johnson, Patrick Reed, Taylor Gooch, and Pat Perez, again, you might want to exclude that last name, but that is three all-stars right there. Three people that I would put in a foursome and pray to God that I actually don't have to hit a ball and can get away with being a Pat Perez on that team. I think Dustin Johnson has an argument to be number one in the world over Rory McIlroy. I feel like if the points were involved, regardless, I think the four aces are firing on all cylinders. They have all season long, winning in Boston, Chicago, Bedminster, and Portland all in a row. A four-peat in a season. Unbelievable. I mean, obviously hasn't been seen before in LIV. Aces, plus the 175. That's my number one pick. The boys are cooking. Let them cook. They're not Russell Wilson. But yeah, I love it. LIV Golf Miami coming this weekend. We've been waiting a long time for it. We've worked through a lot of bullshit to get here. And hey, we're finally here. So hey, kick back, relax, enjoy the hell out of the last LIV Golf event of the year, of the season. And you know, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel too. You might as well. You're already watching the content. You love LIV Golf. We'll be covering LIV Golf from here until the end of time, until LIV Golf runs out of money, which may be the end of time. But yeah, please like, share, and subscribe so I can quit my day job, because that has been something else. Let me just tell you that now. And hey, follow me on the socials, Twitter at Brofict1, Instagram at Brofict1. I will be tweeting live for this event, so make sure you follow me to get all the live degenerate takes possible. With that being said, also leave a comment down below. Let me hear your lock. Would love to hear your opinion on who you think's going to take it. Shout out to my boy Thomas Joseph. I know he said one of the mid-tier teams is going to win. I cannot remember off the top of my head who he picks. I want to say Majestics, and if he did, shout out. Great prognostication. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. I've been the Brofict1 AJ. Thank you so much for listening and watching. We'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.